Hey guys, so we're back. I'm gonna try out some new music for the background and hope that this stuff doesn't hit any copyright, hopefully. I just tried looking up some Twitch safe music and this was one of them, so we'll see. Hopefully at least it won't cause any issues on YouTube, so. Yeah, so we're gonna work on some more bridles. To update you guys since last time, so we have a bunch of Western bridles now. Oops, that's not the one I wanted to. Oof, I might have to leave the fan on. I hope it doesn't show up too much on the mic. Apologies if it does. Okay, so we got the Bosel. I made fixes for the loping hackamore so that this feels a bit more like an actual loping hackamore. We got our ear hole curb, which also got a couple small fixes to make it a little more, I guess realistic, so to speak. So, fun fact, there's this thing called the TMJ nerve on horses, and basically it ends up being this nerve right above the horse's eye here. It's a very sensitive set of nerves, and you just don't want to have anything like buckles and stuff that could put pressure on it, so. I basically tried to make sure that each of the bridles were mindful of that area, even though this is concept art, and potentially future, you know, models or whatever I may use it for. But still, you know, if I can make stuff feel very believable, but also mindful, you know, I feel like I've achieved something. And then these two are just the standard brow band with a curb, and one of them has a throat latch. So, while these two are pretty basic, I do have ideas that eventually this one that doesn't have the throat latch would be a nice combo with other bridles or other setups and stuff. So for example, technically speaking, this would be the same bridle used here, just with a slight adjustment to make it work with the halter here. I hope I'm not turning it down too low, but it's a little bit loud on my end, so. Where are we at on the volume? Maybe I'll turn it back up a little bit so it's like that, and then I'll just turn my headphones volume down a little more. So it's not bothering me as much, but you guys can still hear music. I don't want to leave it too low. Okay, so yeah, we have the Western Endurance, then we have a snap-on, which is kind of what I've been calling the English option. Now, technically speaking, just using a snaffle egg butt bit is not English by default. It's more just a kind of general bit, but I wanted something that was a bit more common. English is like considered as a pretty standard method of writing, so egg butt snaffle, and that's a clip-on bit that goes onto the halter here. And the next one we're going to work on is going to be the bitless side pull. So, let me get that reference up. So if you guys remember, I've had a bit of like waffling back and forth on like how I wanted to go with the bridles and such. So this is basically how things ended up. We went with the very basic Western ones. I'm gonna do some of the ideas I had as more traditional style ones. So they are still like things that are in use, including in modern times, but it's just not commonly used across the sport, or across not just sport, but the riding style and stuff. So like a lot of modern day, like, you know, herders and stuff, people who work with cows, cowboys or otherwise. I don't know if they're really going to be known as well as cowboys in my stuff, because it's not going to be a very North American centric thing. So I'm like a little bit nervous to say cowboy right now. But yeah, the standard stuff used by people who do ranching and cow management and stuff would be what I have here. But there's probably still going to be others who would use alternate options, and I'm thinking those might be something that falls under a traditional set, is what I'm trying to say. I'm like trying to figure out which which bridles I want to reference. Because I have a few of these side pulls. Some of these guys don't have throat latches though, which is interesting. I think I'm gonna stick with the throat latch just because it's gonna be a bit more stable on the horse's head. Yeah, some of these are interesting looking. It's crazy, you don't really realize like what kind of differences you have between these sorts of things until you're actually like working with each of them. And then something that's important with the setup of all of these is we got to keep in mind where the pressure on the nose is falling. So basically what I'm looking at for nose pressure is going to be about roughly here. Because we're aiming to avoid anything down here due to the thinner part of the nose. So somewhere within this area is basically what we're aiming for. Do I still have... Or did I delete it by accident? No, it's just up here. So basically for buckles, we don't want anything above this point at the buckle. So this is actually way too high up for a buckle. I might put this in the same shade of red, actually. I don't know what I'm gonna do the front-facing ones for now. I'm just focusing on the side-facing stuff. I do eventually want to do the front-facing ones because eventually I'm hoping to model these as well. So I'm going to need front and side views bare minimum to get a good idea of how it's gonna how it's gonna sit on the horse's face. Okay. So yeah, see, some of these guys sit a little bit differently. So for example, the Bosel sits like this, but the loping hackamore sits like this because it's getting pulled back by this. But the Bosel sits a bit more, I love it when it turns multiple layers on. The Bosel sits a bit more like this because it's hanging from up here. Yeah, so this is sitting a little bit low, but I think we're still okay because the weight is still going in this general area here, so it's before it kind of branches off. I could tug this up just a touch higher, but I think we're okay. And then for where everybody else lands, these guys don't have anything. This one lands about here. This one lands about here. So we're basically aiming for it to hit about here on the nose, roughly speaking. So hard to fit these horses' heads to, like, the way my horse's head is made. So, what we're looking at is something that kind of fits a bit like this. And then, so we don't want this too close to the eye, and you can see here that it's not actually that close on the reference. It's just me trying to make this stuff match up best I can. This is we can actually just take some of the stuff we've already made and just reuse it. So let's grab the throat latch version of this. Tug you. Yeah, I'll pull it up here. So this gives us buckles and everything exactly where we already need it. Some of these already are two-piece, so I actually don't think I need to worry about this. I don't know if I'm having this like too close to the horse's ears. I can always edit it if it is, but I think we're okay. So this, though, might need to bump a little bit higher up compared to where it is on here. So we have something that basically works like this. It kind of crosses over like so. We're going to need to get rid of the bit because there won't be a bit on this. We might need the curb strap, but I'm just going to hide it for a second here. The bridle base might need some edits because of the way this thing is going to sit. Just making a note for myself where the eye is normally located, and then how close this runs to it. But I think I don't want it too close to the eye. That won't be good. Okay, so basically what happens down here is we have one ring that I believe this connects to both. I'm seeing it right on these things. Yeah. So this connects up to this one, but it also has a second ring it goes through here. And the rest of the bridle hooks up to that. So basically these guys come through here. And then this of course has another ring going through there. And I can tug this further down so it's more lower if need be. And then basically this one will have the reins go down off of it, and then this one is gonna have the curb strap come off of it. Oh my god, stop. But we could technically just grab a pair of English reins, I think. Maybe we'll grab the Shadow Rolls reins. Yeah, basically something like that. guys. So let's grab that and then pull this up. Delete you. Delete you. And then these guys. Maybe I'll just leave them where they are for now. This one, just put this in instead. Okay, so we'll still need the curb strap in here, just it's going to be in a slightly different location. It's going to be going underneath this. Oh, I see why some of these don't have, I see why some don't have a, throat latch. It's because for endurance it's a lot faster if your stuff just hooks up via clips. So that is something to consider, but I think for now I'm going to include the throat latch, and then I'll think about it later on swapping to something that feels more endurance friendly. Yeah, I kind of see the difference in these guys. So some of these, yeah, there's a few different options I got here in terms of style. So the one I'm going for is the one that has a throat latch, but there's some that have like a strap that goes right before the cheek here. And that goes down from this thing, pretty much. Interesting, interesting. So what I'm kind of thinking is maybe we let this sit a little closer to the horse's eye than the old one does, which is the original bit, because this is going to be different than having a bit. And we let this connect up to here. So this curb strap's technically going to sit a lot lower than what I originally drew. It's actually going to fit. A bit more like this, to be honest. this is kind of what we're going for. I don't want that to curl like that. This one kind of curls like that. Okay, I think something more akin to this will work. Yeah, these ones all have the buckles relatively high up. So I want the buckles more low down. No, that's weird. Okay, whatever. The best part about doing this is whenever I can just steal from my own work. As I know, my figure 8 bridle has a really nice little circle already made. I can just grab you. Maybe to lower the thickness of it though. Just a touch. there we go. That's a nice little ring. We can duplicate another one, pull it down here, duplicate another one, and this one just kind of use as a base to rough out our final ring. That's gonna sit like so. Hopefully I get this right. Something roughly like that. Oh, something like that. And I'm just gonna call it a chin strap since it's not actually a curb anymore. Push you up like so, get rid of this. Maybe made it a little short. Good enough, right? No, it's just the reins that go through this one, I think. How do those connect up underneath? I think this one goes through both of them? God, I wish I could look at one of these hands-on. Anyways, reins plus rein end straps. These guys need to go about here. Some of these kind of look like they have like a little cap on the leather, but I think I'm gonna leave that off for now. I don't wanna mess with that. So still struggling to see how this thing connects up. I think this ring goes through both of this. It connects up to both this one, and this ring also connects up to it, I think. that works. I made the lines on the original ones a bit too thin. They always have this issue where they don't fill in correctly when I do this, which is very annoying. To get through quite a bit tonight with these hackamore and bitless options. And honestly, I just feel so tired. I mean, at least I got through the side pull. Hopefully it doesn't need too many edits to make it make sense. Spot up here. Yeah, there we go. That's not too terrible. Kinda, you know, maybe I will make this like its own little thing, to be honest. So let's go back to the base. Let's just do something like that, and then let's give it like the dark color. Just add a touch of detail here. Maybe I'll do that later to these other sections. There's this wall thing. Okay. So we got the S shape next. Still need a chin strap on these guys. I feel bad, but I kind of want to go lay down. What I might do is at least try to get like a rough draft of these guys set up. And then maybe I'll just end the stream after that. So I'm feeling pretty tired, and we got a storm on its way. So we're gonna get a similar situation as the side pull here. Probably should actually use the side pull. I know I just deleted all the bits and pieces off of it, but that's just to start me out fresh with something. I'm gonna use the same. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate both of these guys and throw them under the flower one too. So we're gonna delete the color off this because we will redo the color. Delete the rings off of you. Now the reins are gonna work a little bit differently. They're actually gonna be closer to the curb bit on this particular one. Actually, this part doesn't matter either, because we're setting this up the same. This is just going to come down like so. Basically, excuse me, this thing is gonna go up here, and I'm debating if I want to use the sheepskin or if I want to do, if I want to do only the leather padded. So we're gonna figure that out. I like sheepskins, so there's a good chance I will end up going with that. These little rings here for everything. And then your reins attach like so. So that one basically works like that. And then if we duplicate this, we get basically the same effect. And we can go into the flower ones. And I do want to try to do a flower one, because I feel like it's fitting for Gaia. Just need to find my good side example here. Flip this. Lower your opacity down. And there we go. So, same deal here, but instead of this one, this one's gonna be a little bit more tricky because I'm gonna have to try to recreate all these circles, but we'll see. Like so. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I hate ending it at only an hour, but I am feeling pretty tired, and like I said, we're getting a storm coming, so I think maybe not the worst idea to sign off, unfortunately, so I think we're gonna call it done there. I might end up finishing up the bridles off stream. Depends on how it goes. I don't really want to take too much longer on them, but I do want to try and do a makeup stream because of the issue with the recording, unfortunately, last time. And the fact that the audio for the game was off and I never noticed. So, thinking about doing that maybe Friday or Saturday. We'll see how it goes. But I will see you guys next time. Bye!